Welcome to the 34th meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. Please turn off your cell phones, and when addressing the commission, please remember to state and spell your name and speak clearly into the microphone. I see we have some minutes to approve.
Yep, yes, Mr. Chair, motion to approve the regular minutes of the 22nd meeting dated December 18th, 2025, the 25th meeting dated January 15th, 2026, the 26th meeting dated January 22nd, 2026, the 27th meeting dated January 29th, 2026, and the 30th meeting dated February 19th, 2026.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the regular minutes of the 22nd, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, and the 30th meetings. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The minutes are approved. Calling agenda item number 1, application number 25-01790, the Odom Corporation.
Good afternoon, Commission. My name is Adam Hilpert, ADAM HIL, E as in Paul, ERT. I'm the President and Chief Operating Officer of the Odom Corporation. And I'm here asking today for me to move forward for licensing.
Chair, I will make a disclosure. That the ILWU represents the employees at the Odom Corporation's facility at in IAEA. I am not the employee's direct representative, and this will not affect my ability to be impartial on this matter.
Okay, so noted. Ms. Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters in support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application.
Okay, is there anyone who'd like to testify either for or against this applicant? And seeing none, commissioners, questions?
So yes, I have a couple questions. So based on the floor plan and the size of the warehouse itself, is this going to be only for alcohol, or is this going to be a mixed use warehouse?
It's currently a mixed use warehouse. Our Coca-Cola division moved into this facility in January of this year.
Okay, so Coca-Cola, the drivers will also be delivering alcoholic product on the same trucks?
There will be the use of same vehicles for delivery. That's correct.
Okay. Okay. And is there specific, I guess specific control spaces within your warehouse that you'll be able to watch these areas, making sure correct products are not, I guess, in the wrong place, right? I mean, obviously, right, we don't want an alcoholic beverage on a soda rack somewhere where a kid grabs and starts. I mean, obviously that's going to be where the people are going to be determining that when they put it out, but obviously I don't think we want those kind of situations to happen.
Absolutely not. And we do not anticipate that would be an issue whatsoever.
Okay.
Products are delivered to the back of the accounts, and then they're merchandised out into the accounts by people into the various sections of the stores.
Okay. Okay. Because I do see, right, I mean, I do see that like in the report, right, there was a license previously, right, at the Mokuea Street facility, which I know it was the Coke facility at one point.
At one point.
Right, and now it's no longer, right, because I know they shut down the bottling line and everything of that nature.
That's correct.
So when are you looking, so I know the IAEA area is still there, but when is the like looking time period to be moving everything over from there to here?
Based upon
I mean, if everything were to go smoothly today, what is your base moving?
it would be mid-May is our projected timeline, given the requirements of licensing.
Okay. And then the drivers that obviously with the Coke that are going to be delivering the thing, they have adequate knowledge, right, for delivering both products.
They do.
Okay. I have no other questions.
Going back to Vice Chair's original question, I wasn't quite clear. So you would have alcoholic beverages and soft drink beverages on the same truck, same load at delivery time, or are they going to be separate loads?
They'd be the same load. We currently deliver non-alcoholic products on our beer trucks. It's just not Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the security of the alcoholic beverages when they're delivering soft drinks.
It would be, just the same way we secure it now, when they're inside the store, the tops are brought down and secured.
Okay, the reason I ask that is
Yeah.
because I've seen delivery trucks, sometimes they're not secured. And homeless people go out and rip them off, whether it's water, soft drinks, or,
Certainly a concern that we have as well. We have policies, procedures that ask our people to make sure they secure the loads when they're in the store checking it in.
yeah, okay, thank you.
So just, I guess, one follow-up question. You had said that, you already currently do have some non-alcoholic beverages that are delivered with alcoholic beverages. So at the IAEA location, currently where most of the Orem Corporation for the alcoholic side is at, what non-alcoholic stuff do you guys have there that's being delivered with your alcohol? If
So
you
we,
know.
so we have some energy drinks, Alani Nu, we have some other guaki teas.
Okay.
So
Just not soda products.
correct. We don't have Coca-Cola products that we're currently servicing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I don't have any questions. Motion to approve application number 25-01790.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-01790. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none.
I'll be voting yes with reservations.
Oh, okay. The vote is 3 voting aye, 1 voting aye with reservation. The motion carries.
Thank you, Greg.
Okay, calling agenda item number 2, application number 25-01543, Your Event Solution LLC.
Good evening, gentlemen.
I-
Troy Gravatt with your Event Solutions, TROYGRAVATT.
Okay. Walk us through, let's see,
Yeah.
your event.
Do you want to just walk us through your?
Yeah, it's going to be March 29th from 11 to 1. Brunch Fest, Honolulu Magazine Brunch Fest, at the Hokupu Center. We've done multiple events there, so it's very familiar to us. It's going to be similar to what we've done in the past. Mimosas, Bloody Marys. There's going to be a boba tea that they can take and get some alcohol in at one of the bars. We are going to have one security there, kind of by the water, like we were asked to prior. So.
Okay.
And you'll be banding them all when they come in or when they go to the bars?
When they come in, they check in and get a band.
Okay, and there'll be no minors, right?
Correct.
Okay. I have no other questions.
just one clarification.
Sure.
My agenda shows special general license from 6 AM to 3 PM. And what was submitted was Sunday from 10:30 AM till 1 PM.
Yeah, the operations and the prep is a little different. So the operation or the just to confirm with you all, the event is going to be from 11 to 1, and any time prior to that and after that will be for setup and breakdown.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve application number 26-01543.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-01543. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is. Thank you. Calling agenda item number 3, application number 26-01618-1 to 26-01618-122, Solvani Inc. Hello.
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission. Greg Nishioka, authorization, appearing on behalf of the applicant. We received supervising investigator Salta's report. I have no changes to.
Okay, and so before I ask, you already have a temp and you're on your second temp and that's why you're requesting.
Well, what happened in the first temp, Chair, is that we limited that down to Wednesdays through Sunday. And the owner wants to include Monday and Tuesday now, so we have to come back to add those additional days. That's why we're coming back for a second lesson, but it's limited. It's actually, so now we have.
Covering the Monday and Tuesdays that you didn't
Correct.
get for when you did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, I mean, that's something honestly, something we discussed with her,
Yeah.
and then she decided not to do it. And then once we did the first special, then she said, well, can I add the second 2 days? And we said, well, we gotta do is submit a second application. And that's why we're here today.
Okay, got it.
And they have not started. It's still, I think the ground floor has completed construction. I think there's still some construction work and renovation work going on this level on the second floor. And there is a retail license, I think, application pending or may have been even granted. I'm not sure. We're not handling that one. That's one for the first floors.
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. This is where you got the croissant stuff, right? Yeah, I have no questions.
Motion to approve application numbers 26-01618-1 to 26-01618-122 inclusive.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 26-1618-1 to 26-01618-122 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Calling agenda item number 4, applications number 26-01653-1 to 26-01653-25. MOPES, B&B. Hello.
Good evening, commissioners. Zachary Diano, authorized agent on behalf of Moke's Bread and Breakfast Restaurant LLC. I'm sure you're all familiar with the restaurant. We are applying for a special because the second temp is going to be running out.
Okay.
And so that's the purpose for this. We don't have no changes to the investigative report. Just noting that we are requesting service only for excuse me, I believe Saturday and Sundays from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Kind of the brunch lunch window.
Okay, so you went through your temps. Do you know what's holding it up? Us.
In the queue.
I mean, I don't want to say that out loud. but
That's okay.
you can.
It's just,
We're gonna, wait,
You can say it,
Jeff,
John.
the very one after this is the reduction, so
Yeah.
you'll be able to ask that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're waiting patiently while you diligently review the application.
When was the last contact you had with the
Oh, you
investigator?
can ask that on the second. It's part of that.
We're gonna get to that one, that's why.
All right, we'll skip it to the next one. Then you can.
I have no other questions.
Okay, good.
Motion to approve application numbers 26-01653-1 to 26-01653-25 inclusive.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve applications number 26-01653-1 to 26-01653-5 inclusive. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna call you out of order, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you very much.
So calling out of order, agenda item number 8, request number 26-01654, Zachary Delano Esquire, on behalf of
Logan.
Moke's.
Okay.
Now I know how to pronounce it. Okay.
Well, now that I know the questions coming from the commissioner about the last contact, we have been in contact with our investigator. I'm just trying to pull up the email of the timeline they provided, but yeah, essentially the investigator is working through the application based on when it came in, and so we are just waiting. There doesn't seem to be any issue with the app except that he has not yet.
In his queue.
Yeah, and so we're
Some of
just,
this
yeah,
stuff.
we understand. We're working with a bunch of different investigators, what they're dealing with, so we're just exercising the options that we have to maintain service.
Yeah.
so there's nothing pending on your part.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And I think it says on your application, it was March 3rd, 2026 was your guys' last discussion. Or last communication with us, so. That kind
Yeah.
of falls into about where we're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no other questions.
Motion to approve request number 26-01654.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 26-01654. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 25-00621 Zeton Inc.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission members. Jennifer appearing for the applicant. To my right, it's Shugo, SHUGO, Mizutani, Mizutani, Director of Finance for the applicant. Only one small change to the investigative report. The parent entity, the parent of the shareholder of the applicant is now traded on the Tokyo Stock Exchange instead of Nagoya.
Okay,
Okay.
No, it's not a typo.
I mean,
There's
wrong one.
change,
wrong
they
one,
moved
wrong
over.
one.
noted. Commissioners, any questions?
No, I have none.
Motion to approve application number 25-00621.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-00621 for for public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application moves forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 6, application number 25-01673, Vintage Barbershop Hawaii LLC. That's to the thing at this barbershop too.
Same.
Yeah, gonna do kind of,
Oh.
hopefully it doesn't affect the way
You're
people
getting
get their haircut, but yeah. Devin Nicole representing Vintage Barbershop. I apologize that the owner couldn't be here, but he's running the business. He had a whole bunch of haircuts and said, I can't change them out. So you know how important a good haircut is. So he apologizes that he couldn't be here today. We don't have any changes to the preliminary report.
All right.
They say, let's make sure we don't have too much overindulgence, because as he's snipping, somebody
Yeah.
might start bobbing and weaving. Yeah, might get a buzz in the ear over there.
That's what the karaoke is for. If they sing really badly, then all of a sudden everybody will.
I have no other comments or
No,
questions.
that sounds fun, actually.
Motion to approve application number 25-01673.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve application number 25-01673 for public hearing. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application moves forward.
Thank you very much.
Right. Calling agenda item number 7, request number 26-01667, Bear Valley LLC.
Good afternoon, Chair Hong and members of the commission. Neil Gota, appearing on behalf of Bear Valley LLC. This is a request for a waiver to allow us to file a temporary license more than 5 days after the surrender of the prior license. For the record, this is the former Fish Hook Cafe space in the lobby of the Luana Waikiki Hotel.
I have no questions.
Motion to approve request number 26-01667.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve request number 26-01667. Any nays or reservations? Seeing none, I also vote aye. The application is approved.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Calling agenda item number 9, Chief Investigator. And the licensing supervisor.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Seth Nair, Chief Investigator.
Supervising Investigator Daniel Sato. Give you a little rundown as far as our current statistics are going. Currently, we have 109 new applications pending.
Do we have either a PowerPoint or a written report?
No, we don't.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, we're working through some of the details with the permitted interaction group also, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, yeah.
109 new apps.
109 new apps. There's 26 transfer applications. Currently 140 ad removes, which is just basically changing principles. Stock transfers is 35. Alterations pending 36. Outside warehouse 3. Permanent increase 9. Mergers and conversions 6.
2 minor employments, and 3 temporary license applications for the total of 369.
So the 109 new applications is from what period to what period?
So the range is from 2024 till now. So what one of the applications was part of that. The longest was taking so long part. They're currently working with the applicant. And the applicant has been in contact with administration as well as the licensing section.
So you had new applications that you're working on from 2024.
Right. And for the most part, the amount of applications that are new that's past 365 days is about 23.
And is that a growing number or a diminishing number? Let's say.
For the most part, I've been reallocating cases to whoever comes available, or depending on the circumstance of what the applicant is going to. If the applicant is on a set of specials that they burned out and they're on existing special license application, those usually take priority. So I would try to look to see who can work on it, or I'll undertake that on my own to get it processed. So currently, right now, since we do have couple, like 2 more people that are coming on, I'm currently working on our training curriculum to make it more streamlined than what we actually have it. What I've been noticing is a lot of training needs to be done, and that's going to take some time. So I've been trying to figure out which areas that can be streamlined quicker to make it easier for them to understand. Because I believe like 2 of our candidates are coming from the outside, so and don't really have the background, so to speak.
So out of the 109, have all of those been touched, or is there some of those that have not been touched?
I can tell you what have not been touched. About 86. So a lot of those 86, that number is usually, they're gonna touch it based on the temporary license application. So they will have to review the packet in order to complete that temp application. So that's one way they're looking at it. And the rest, the majority of it is in their order.
I'm gonna assume that of the 109 that are pending, they all pass through the licensing clerk and pass through you, and they're not deficient, and so they just.
All 109 is with investigators.
Okay. You know how many is from 2024?
$17.
Do you know any particular reason why?
I can tell you, one of actually seven cases were that tour cruise vessel that came before you guys.
So we went back, because it went back, it was still, yeah.
It's stuck in my queue, and it's gonna sit there because the applicant is having, I guess, a challenge to figure out what they want to do as far as getting the proper owner to be on the vessel for the license. So 7 of those is actually mine, so.
So one thing I'd like to add for future licensing updates, when you give the the new apps, right, the 109, from 2024 to now, if we can get a breakdown of how many from 24, 25, 26. You know what I mean? And then obviously 109 is gonna grow as we get more applicants coming in 2026. But that way we have an idea of where those oldest ones might still be sitting.
You know, I do believe we have like somewhere around 10 in queue that
Mm.
hasn't been reviewed yet.
Okay.
So the number could be like jumping pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, we know there's things gonna come in, so that's not, I mean, I just kind of want to have an idea of each year where we have stuff, right? Because ultimately, some of those that are in the older years, we might want to prioritize as we look at those through the pig and through other areas. Right, and we know the 7 are what you said, so, but we might want to be looking to prioritize that as we look. So,
I can do that.
Yes, I just want to add, so we did add personnel to our licensing this week, so we have 2 additional individuals that are TAing in those positions, so it's gonna take some time for them to actually be trained, so you won't get immediate results. So that's one of the things we're looking at, is staffing licensing. We also have another person coming on March 23rd. He's gonna be an examiner. So the key is to kind of staff licensing as we move forward. But as you know, like I said, it's gonna be taking some time for these folks to be very proficient in what they do. It takes a while for them to really understand. Just on that same line, I'm actually doing an application along with one of the examiners myself, so understanding exactly the complexity of the investigation and what type of challenges that they may face, so giving them a better understanding. So I definitely think that increasing personnel is something that we're looking at. But I definitely think that with the pig, that'd be good for us to really understand what our current processes, to see, examine those processes, see what we could kind of work with to expedite our applications.
I think realistically, we don't expect to see any impact for at least 6 to 9 months, if anything, which is reasonable, right?
Right.
Because of the training and complexities of the different levels and degrees of application that come in. So, it's not unreasonable, but at least to know that moving forward, you have personnel that are being trained, and however your training program is gonna go, we'll probably see something at least within 6 to 9 months as far as numbers. But see, that gives us a better handle on when we're asked a question outside, what's taking so long? You guys got new staff. But some people think magic, yeah.
Yeah, I believe the challenge is, majority of all our work, as you may know, in licensing kind of corresponds to what we did in enforcement, to have that perfect overview, because some parts of the licensing report requires us to understand how the neighborhood is operated. As well, one part of the application process is there any potential adverse reactions should this license be granted? So like places like Chinatown or Waikiki, an enforcement investigator would know how, the neighborhood would react to that type of license. Should it be a category 2 for a restaurant with the music and dancing? And the enforcement investigator who is trained with the sound meter and knows where all the residents in the vicinity of that area can also conceptualize what needs to go into that report. So it's a little bit challenged, but it can be taught. It'll just take some time. Of course, they would have to see that aspect from the enforcement side a little.
Okay, well, I don't. If you pardon the expression, necessarily buy that, only because in the review of the application, it shouldn't be based on subjectivity and speculation and conjecture. It should be straightforward. They either make it or they don't make it. They comply or they don't comply. And push it out that way. If you start trying to figure out if Shulan Kwok and her group of Chinatown people are gonna object and you holding off on that, that just delays the whole thing, So to me, the application should be straightforward, should be academic, and let the speculation come before the commission. If there's any protests or objections, let it come before the commission.
It's a legal requirement for us to,
Speculate,
it's written in the law.
speculate.
Not speculate, but potential adverse reactions. Here we go. So Act 76 kind of changed a lot of things. One, it did make it very objective, except for one part. And we're the only county that has to take above and beyond measures. This is actually only Honolulu County.
The statute was written only for Honolulu County, or that's an ordinance that we're?
No, it's a law. The law actually says that for counties with like 750,000, you're gonna have to do this.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, okay, that's only us.
What's the HRS on that?
HRS 28156. So number 8. States the possible adverse effects the premises after licensing may have on the surrounding community if the license application is for a premises within a county having a population, 500,000 residents or more.
So to do that assessment, is it that hard? Now, I don't mean to badger you,
No.
but looking at the statute and looking at processing the application, I'd be very concerned why it would take so long.
So it'll require us to, like look at the tax map. We gotta know the geographical area where this is going. We also correspond with enforcement, so we take a look at the complaints. I can make the reference to Red Bar, the one in downtown, when you had all those noise complaints. We have to make that reference. We have to do a sound on noise impact survey. And we have to look at how the premises is laid out. And if there's like open lanai areas where sound can just travel, we're gonna have to add that to the report because, for us, we did get training for the current staff in licensing with the noise meter with the Department of Health. So when we do that, we do the noise impact survey, we're documenting all of this in the report.
My whole point is, to simplify and make more efficient the process. Because if it just requires an assessment and communications with enforcement and past history, I don't think it should take that long.
Ideally, it doesn't, but usually most cases, we have to be sure that we're doing it the right way. And majority of all our cases is waiting because we're constantly working on others.
Well, I don't see any application that's going to be perfect, and whatever objections come during the review process and it comes before the commission, let the commission figure it out.
Yeah, and then sometimes we get stuck with protests.
We'll deal with it.
I do think, I echo some of the responses that, Commissioner Huon is there. I think we have to really do what we need to do, but I also think we cannot just focus on it's gotta be perfect before it gets here, because we also gotta make the choice, right? On certain things. So I do understand you guys need to do those diligent things. We do appreciate that. But I do think we have to have some focus, not worrying as much on a perfect thing, because in realisticness, nothing is actually 100% perfect in everything we do. With
Yeah.
licenses and licensing areas. I mean, I'm just saying, right? That's something we gotta figure out too.
Yeah, so for like all of our applications, for new and for transfer, we follow that guideline for 28156 from start to finish. Of course, no investigator wants to do a report that's haphazard or incomplete. Because we do know that if, all of our cases, all of our applications are posted online and it's our signature. So we want to give you the best possible complete information that's accurate before anything else, because the public reads our stuff, and if we do it wrong, we're gonna look like, we're gonna get called out. So none of my investigators want to have that happen, because we see it directly through protests and whatnot.
Can I make just a question or comment? In terms of that adverse impact, there are some of us who feel that the introduction of alcohol in any community in any amount ipso facto has an adverse impact. I'm just, as a comment, it would not surprise me to see that there is an adverse impact with every single application, regardless of the class, kind, category, or the neighborhood, or what have you. Because that's what alcohol does. But I'm not sure that it'd be incumbent on the investigator to quantify that impact as opposed to just identifying, yes, there will be, because that's what alcohol tends to do in an environment.
Sure.
Yeah, and a good example too is we had a case that has been has come before us. And the attorney representing the protesters is saying that, you know, drinking alcohol on an empty stomach is going to cause problems. I mean, it's not necessarily relevant for me in reviewing whether we should approve the application or not, because again, they're merely speculating, yeah?
So within our guidelines, we're only looking at complaints that's been lodged at that subject location. And if we can disclose that information, you know, of course, we're gonna clear it with enforcement if they're investigating. We want to put as much details, not going above and beyond that, but to make sure that we covered it. Like, we're not looking as far as like other things that unrelated to liquor. Like noise is one big thing. So we always cover the noise.
You know, we may not resolve this today, but one suggestion I would have is reading the statute and the subsection. A template could be made or a checkbox could be made. Possible adverse effects, yes. What is it? Community, yes. Neighborhood, yes. Or, you know, something like that without having to go into too much depth.
But we have a form.
I think what Commissioner Hume is also trying to get at is not everyone needs to be treated with the same degree of depth. You know, there's different risk levels to each application and the impact, and we need to calibrate it accordingly. Ultimately, we want to get more applications in front of us to review and either approve or deny.
I can honestly say that the adverse effects does not slow us down that much. It's just majority getting to that application to be worked on.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, I have no more questions right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 10, administrative matters.
Good afternoon, Chair and Commissioners. Darren Matsumoto, Departmental Staff Executive Assistant. As mentioned in previous weeks, we've been really successful onboarding LCI ones. So with that added capacity, we're actually bringing one of the LCO ones to daytime to increase the number of investigations that we can do during the day. And so as our newer LCIs start gaining more and more experience, then we can start looking at that 7-day-a-week possibility. So really excited about that. Also, yesterday, we participated in a 1-day hire event at the Blaisdells. And that was solely to concentrate on filling an office assistant position. I believe we do have a candidate, but going through the negotiation.
Was there a lot of interest?
There was. Each of the candidates, they're able to choose which department they would like to apply for, and they could apply for a number of departments. We had 7 candidates that obviously wanted to work for us. So they went through that interview process.
Great.
Yeah, so really excited about that. On Monday, Assistant Administrator Hirai and myself, we met with DMD just to go over operational our updates on operations here at the agency. Also yesterday, Assistant Administrator Hirai, she attended the Mayor's State of the City address. And then also today, our administration team, we completed our budget discussions with council member Waters' staff. So as far as the budget discussions, that's been completed. And then finally, last week we did send out the save the dates for the symposium. And I'll give updates every week, but currently we have 26 that are registered. Last year, we ended up about 120 attendees, so. Yeah. So I'll give updates on that. And agenda has pretty much been finalized, just putting together content right now. That's it. Any questions?
Just to be clear, that was with Chair Waters' staff, not Chair Waters.
Correct. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Agenda item number 11, an executive session. We're going to executive session.
Want me to read it?
Yep.
Okay. Commission may go into an executive session for the following reasons pursuant to revised statute, section 92-4 and subsection 92-5A4 to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues on a matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities and related to agenda item number 11, executive session. I'll entertain a motion to go into an executive session for this purpose.
So moved.
For an executive session.
Well,
That's announcements. Okay. All right. Okay, we're back from executive session, where we were discussing the upcoming legislation and how it affects our department and setting up our testimony, which will be in a future session. Okay, calling agenda item number 12, announcements. Anything?